Hey guys, what's up? It's Mike from Cornfield Customs, and I am back in the shop. And in this episode, we are going to start shaping the Mack truck fender piece that we laid out in the last video. All right, so in the last episode, we made our paper pattern off the Mack truck fender, and I'm here with the buck. And here is the panel we also laid out in that video. So the next step is we are going to head over to the MH37 HD power hammer, and we're going to start with doing our light shrinks. So let's head over to the hammer, we'll get that set up, and then we can get to shaping. All right, we're here at the hammer, and we have our mini thumbnail dies in. So I'm gonna start with the light shrinks on our pattern that are laid out here at the back edge with LTSH for light shrink. So that will just start to pull things over, put a little bit of shape in the panel to make it easier to handle for the more aggressive shrinks. So we have our mini shrinking thumbnail dies in the power hammer, and I'll raise our tool post up. And at the bottom of our stroke, we're going to have about 1/4 to 3/16 of a tool gap, which is my standard go-to setting. On our stroke indicator, we're running about 2.5 on the stroke gauge. So that is going to give us enough hit to form and close our tuck. And we're running about 3.5 on our RPM gauge. So let me throw my apron on, gloves, and hearing protection, and we will start to put the shrinks in this panel. All right, so with our first initial set of mini or light shrinks here, you can see that I did on the line, in between the line, and then I stepped back here just to tighten the edge up a little bit. So I'm gonna show you how it fits the buck after our first initial pass. It's going to be a little over-shaped, but you can see that it's taking shape. And when we come back in and blend all of this out and planish it, it will let some of this over shrink go. So that's why I went ahead and put a little bit of extra shape in it to start with. From here, I need to change out our thumbnail dies to the large thumbnail dies. That way it goes from the minis to the large, and we will get a lot more shrink on the more aggressive side of the panel. So let's get that tooling switched out and we can get back to shrinking the aggressive side. So just for comparison between the large and the mini is how much different amounts of shrink we're going to get. So you can see that with the mini, it's going to be just a little bit to tighten that edge up. And with the large, it's going to be a lot more shrink. At the downstroke again. Our setting is still the same. And now we're ready to do the more aggressive part of our shrinks.
What were you tightening?
I just increased the stroke a little bit so it would hit a little bit harder as we pass through, just so we get a little bit cleaner of a shrink on there. So that's our first set, and then I'm going to come back in and stagger our sets off the back to tighten up this loose edge. So that's our first set of aggressive shrinks on this side, and you can see that our form is way off this way, but our form is way under this way. So we'll hold it up to the buck so you can see that. And if we just hold it like that, you can see that it doesn't match what we need. But what we can do is we can adjust this form this way, which will help correct the form this way. So we'll come over here to our tree stump. And I'm just going to use this as something I can push on. And I'm just pushing down, which is helping correct this form here. And form is just bending. We're not changing the material thickness like we are if we're shrinking or stretching. We're just bending. Form can always easily be done and undone. So we're not changing thickness, and just that little bit of form adjustment, we can see how much closer we are to fitting the buck. So there, we're much closer already. I'll slide that over a little bit. So there you can see how close we are, and if you look up inside, it follows the radius pretty good here, and then it fades away. So we just need to tighten this edge up just a little bit to pull that down, and then we can finish correcting the form. So we'll go back to the hammer, and we'll shrink just the edge a little bit to pull that over. So here we've shrank the edge a little bit more, and it's pulled some of that form back up that direction, but we know we've shrank, so we're going to correct the form in a little bit easier of a way. If you guys have followed the channel for a while, you know that I'm not a big wheeling machine guy, but this is going to be one of the main ways that I use a wheel in the shop. So let's head over to the wheel, and I'll show you my main use for it. So currently set up in the wheel, I have a 2-inch radius lower, and we have a rubber coated upper anvil. And what that allows us to do is accurately adjust the form using this 2-inch radius tool and the rubber being pushed up into the rubber upper. We're not doing any shaping, no stretching is involved, we're just adjusting the form. So we're bending over this 2-inch radius lower and letting the rubber do the bending for us. So I'll run that through, focusing on our center line here, and you'll see that it's going to increase our form this direction, which will decrease our form the other direction. And I'm not worried about any of the lumps or anything at this point. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just trying to adjust our form so we can see how we're fitting on the buck. And I'll deal with all the bumps later when we blend that out on the power hammer. All right, here you can see we're still a little bit overformed this way, but when we start to blend all of this out, it's going to relax some of that, and we're being held up on the corner of the table here where I don't have the buck slid off of the corner. So let me grab some boards and we'll shim that up, and we'll double check and see how we're fitting. So we just spaced the buck up a little bit with some 2x4s to give us a little clearance here, and now we're going to recheck kind of how our form is. So it fits a lot better on the buck. And like I said, we're gonna have to come in here. Like you guys, hopefully you can see that it's still away from the buck a little bit, but it's a lot closer. And from here, I wanna do some rough blending just to get a lot of these lumps and bumps kind of smoothed out and this center section raised. Because as we raise this up, it's also going to help bring that down towards the stations on the buck. So from here, we'll change the tooling out again on the power hammer, and I'll probably put 24-inch lower radius radial style tool in and a flat top upper, and we can start blending all of this out. And we will have to switch over either to the air planishing hammer or a tighter radius die when we get here into the corner. But for now, let's focus just on the lower crown section, get it kind of smoothed out, and retest fit it and see how it looks. And that little screen, it makes me look like I have a bowl cut. So we've got most of the planishing done, and I went to test fit it onto the buck and noticed it needed a little adjustment here on the edge. So I came back in and did some fine tuning on the edge. So it looks a little lumpy here, but I'm focusing on making sure it's fitting the buck this direction, and this edge is folding over. So it still needs more fine-tuning adjustment, but it's getting close, looking in both directions. So from this point, I'm gonna wrap this video up so it doesn't drag out too far of me just planishing. So stick around for future episodes on this fender as I get the other side shaped and fit, and then we'll weld it together. And the biggest thing on this project left to do is going to be the wire edge. So make sure you stick around for the wire edge video, because I do get a lot of questions about how do you wire edge, what is a wire edge, so we'll go through that whole process. So thank you guys so much for checking out this episode. If you're interested in supporting the channel, click on that join button and become a supporting member today. It's greatly appreciated, and it helps us get more content out to you guys and helps focus in to be able to do that content. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.